Welcome back. In this series of videos, we're doing the 2021 SANS holiday hack challenges, and this is the second video. We're going to do objective 2 here. And in the previous video I mentioned that I'm not going to go into editing my avatar, but I decided that I'm still going to just do that. But outside of the recording, if you ever wonder how you can do that, there's the icon here on the screen, and if you click on your profile you can change it around. I gave myself a nice square shaped face and a big smile and a Networks t-shirt, of course, and that's it. I also thought that having shorts and no shoes is extremely funny because this game takes place in the North Pole, and running around in the snow in shorts is kind of ridiculous and fun. I also went ahead and discovered the main areas for the Santa side of the game. So if you go to destinations now, I'll be able to teleport around. This is just to save some time from the videos. Instead of jumping around, navigating the keyboards, I decided just to go ahead and discover the destinations. But I haven't talked to any of the non-player or NPC characters in the game, so you can see here Santa with the birds. I believe it's from the previous year, but fun fact, this is the first time I'm playing the holiday hack challenge, the first time I had enough time, almost enough time, we'll talk about that, to play the game. And I did see for the previous years that these birds were around. So we have Santa here. You can also talk to him. I'm going to talk probably to all the non-player characters here. So you can see here he's just welcoming you on the North Pole, and then says some nice things. Another conference on the North Pole. So this is more part of the narrative. Talks about Jack Frost, who's just next door. Not sure what the intentions are. Enjoy times with the SANS Holiday Hack Challenge, and so on. And when you see 3 dots, that means that the character has nothing else to say. You also see here the birds. You can talk to them, or more like clicking on them, and they will say a couple of fun things here. If you navigate, and this is after the 2021 December madness of Log4j or Log4j, depending on how you want to pronounce it, there's also 2 extra challenges added, bonus challenges. I'm going to make a separate video of that at the end of this playlist. You will find it later, and I'm not going to go ahead and do these now, but just to take note of these additions. I think it's a really awesome thing that the Counterhacks folks added, because at the time of making this video, still there are applications patched and discovered being vulnerable to Log4j, so it's a pretty serious thing. You probably heard about it, and these 2 challenges walk you through some aspects that I think is less commonly seen. I did a couple other challenges during December, and this January saw a few labs on Log4j, and they all have a different spin, a different approach on it. These ones are pretty unique. I particularly like the blue team one, which is really just walking you through step by step on analyzing an application code and checking if it's vulnerable, and then the red team side is exploiting the vulnerability on an application. But we're doing now objective 2. So let me just open up the objectives page here, and we already went through the welcome steps and getting our Wi-Fi adapter, which we'll need later. So we're going to do the Where in the World is Karma's Santaigo challenge. You can also see here the difficulty level of the challenges. This is a supposedly be easy one. I think I might need multiple rounds in the game to unlock and solve this objective, so that's gonna be probably time for some bloopers there. I also need a refresher because it was weeks ago when I did this objective. But first off, before solving this and get to Tango Call Box, in Santa's courtyard, I'm going to solve the terminal challenge to get a couple hints for this. So we need to go to Santa's courtyard and talk to Piney Seppington for some hints. Let's go to destinations and find courtyard, and as you can see, like I mentioned, I unlocked these, so I'm just going to click on this and it will teleport me to the destination. This will make it a lot faster. Now normally there are people jumping around, so I disabled other players here, but normally this is pretty crowded. And this is the terminal with Carmen Santiago for the main challenge, and this is the one that has the hints. So let's go to Piney first and talk to this elf to see what this challenge is about. He says, "Hi ho, Piney Seppington at your service. Could use a touch of your services. See, I've been looking at these documents and I know someone has tampered with one file. Do you think you could log into this Cranberry Pi and take a look? It has Exif tool installed in it, so we're probably going to have to look at metadata. Perhaps you at all. Well, I have a feeling that someone at the other conference might have filled with things. If you happen to go this tampering issue out, I give you some hints about OSINT. So these are going to be resources for the actual objective. And that's all that Piney is telling us. So let's jump around and start up this terminal. And I'm also going to take a look at my notes here. So this terminal starts up and had some interesting errors here. That's not something that I am happy to see. So let's try it again. Maybe this one is down. Okay. Let's hope it will stay up for long enough. That doesn't seem good. Well, in that case, I do have some screenshots, but we won't be able to play this challenge apparently. That's very, very strange. I think this challenge is just broken. I'm gonna try to do something drastic. All right, interesting. So Ctrl-Shift-R always works. Let's see what files we'll talk about here. And on the upper part of the terminal, you will have to type in the name of the document, I believe, including the extension. So Jack Frost modified one of our naughty nice records, and right before Christmas, can you help us figure out which one? We installed Exif tool for your convenience. A lot of hints talking about Exif tool here, so we probably have to use that tool. And if you list out the contents of your current working directory, you see here 25 documents, if I'm not mistaken, starting from December and until Christmas. So what we can do is use Exif tool and let's do it on all the files. And there's one part of the records that has modification, so we can just basically grab for that record in the metadata after we print it out. Actually, probably let's take a, you know what? Let's take a look at first how the tool output looks like. So you see here all these various fields, and if you browse through these, I haven't done this actually when I saw the challenge because I know that there's a modified field, and this is the last modified one here. So if we use all uppercase for modified, then we should be able to grab for this. So let's do Exif tool, and now let's use a wildcard. I'm just going to grab for and let's do it this way with the -n. I'm also going to see which document had the matching line, and then modified. Hope I typed it correctly. And we are going to be able to get through all of them, and we see that most of them are just by Santa because it's a a naughty, nice list, but we have one here by Jack Frost, and actually the dash n does not give me just a line. Anyways, we can check through the files either one by one, or I wonder if there's a better way to get to this. But basically, once you go through the list, and you can also use the hint that Jack Frost just did this shortly before Christmas. The document 21 is the one that has the name Jack Frost in there. So this is the file name, and I wonder if copy pasting works here. Not every terminal allows you to do that. Okay, so this one worked, and you can just give the answer here, and your answer is being checked now. I think this is just a build-up function. This shouldn't take that long, and that is right. So congratulations, and we have an achievement unlocked here. I'm going to close this terminal, and then we can go back to our ELF and talk about this. So wow, you figured it out in no time. Thanks. I knew that they were up to no good. So hey, you tried Santaigo game in this courtyard. There's an objective unlocked, even though we had almost all the objectives unlocked. Carmen, no, I haven't heard of her. So anyway, some of the hints use obscure coordinate systems like MGRS, and yeah, that's a bit too fast for me for this chat. But you will see here under the hints, new hints being added as you talk with the elves. Might even imagine location, info in the metadata. Good thing you know how to use it. And then gameplay might be very bypass, looking for cookie, giving a talk on OSINT techniques right now. So these are really the series of hints. Usually you get somewhere around like 3 hints after solving a terminal challenge, and that's pretty much it. So if you look at here, we have still objective 2. We have a new achievement because we completed the Open the Gate challenge, the Kringle Con, and we did just now the document analysis one. And if you go to hints, you will see here the reference for the OSINT talk. I think the easiest is probably just to open it up in a separate tab, and you will see it here. Just need to agree because I'm not logged in. So you will be able to watch the talk. There are some Flesk cookies here. They can be decoded and read. There's a reference here to decoding these cookies. We'll see if we need them. I think I haven't used any of these, but I might get unlucky with the terminal challenge, and the actual objective challenge, and I have to do some of these. And then we have here, you know what, let me just keep this one aside. And then there are these references to a military grid reference system, and finding the location using this site. I can't really remember how this works, but we'll figure it out. So that's all for the terminal challenge. We have all the hints. Let's jump around and get to the elf that talks about our objective. Hey there, Gumshoe Tango Callbox here again. I've got a real doozy case for you this year. Turns out some elves have gone on some misdirected journeys around the globe. It seems someone is messing. Couldn't read it. Could use your Support OSINT skills to find them. Vintage Cambrai Pine Terminal and see what you can figure out. If you're having trouble with it, you might ask for some tips. So the elves in their bubbles, if you're able to read them, it will also give you additional references or hints. So it's also a good idea to record them. I usually just make a screenshot so I will able to read them later. And that's all that we get. Now this objective is an OSINT challenge, but you need to play a game. And I really hope that I will be able to get it at least on the third try, but I might have to edit this video if I'm not able to get this in under, let's say, 5 tries. This video is already going fairly long, so let's get to it. And hopefully I don't need to restart the terminal in this case. So this is how it looks like, and the game is to name the elf at the very end. I can't remember how many rounds do we have, but you will see probably me failing this game at least once, and then we'll be able to see how many rounds you will have to go through doing some OSINT research. And I'm also going to take notes, so I have here a nice little notepad that I'm going to use to take a couple of notes as we do the investigation. So this one says, welcome. In this game you will analyze clues and track an elf around the world. Put clues about your elf in your interlink portal. Depart by slate once you've figured out your next stop. Be sure to get there by Sunday. Gamshu, good luck. So we're going to start the game. And here we go. So we're gonna start here. Newly renovated. The castle is again host of the best holiday hacker conference in the world. Blah blah blah. So you will have here 3 options. You can do the investigation. You can visit interlink. Here you can narrow down your search based on the information that you will discover during the investigations, and then you can depart to a new destination. With every investigation round, you need to pick one out of these 3. So we see that we have Finland, Austria, and New York, USA here for the investigation. So here we go. We have 3 steps for each of the rounds. Let's do the first one here. But a close friend of the elves once went to an ice skating day under their huge Christmas tree. Okay, ice skating and Christmas tree, that kind of sounds like the square in front of Rockefeller Center, so I'm kind of guessing New York here, but let me just save this one. And let's do investigation 2. They sent me this blurry selfie themselves of someone they met. So here, I'm not sure, we probably have to check the metadata maybe. I'm going to probably just save this image, and yeah, I'll drop it in my downloads folder, for example. We'll see that one later if we need it. And then, oops, yeah, that's kind of a bummer. We might have to restart this one. I'm not even sure if I can go back. I think a lot of folks trying to finish up the challenge. So just to be sure, let me do a Ctrl-Shift-R again on this and start the game again. Alright, so you already know how the game works. Let's do the investigation. Next location, Frozen, Push, and Tamed. That's the game. I might have to edit this video at the end. We were checking, see what amateur frequencies you can use there. Okay, so this is probably the biggest hint here. Ofcom frequency table is probably used in a specific place, which looks like the United Kingdom. Alright, so this is the OSINT part really. And then last investigative step, hopefully this will work. There it is. They were dressed for 7 Celsius degrees, moderate rain conditions. Again, this kind of sounds like the UK. And I noticed someone had a Star Wars themed phone case. Okay, this is a good hint for us for the elf. So we can actually go to the interlink and see fandom Star Wars. You can filter the elves, and this already narrows down our list to 3 possible elves, which is good. Hopefully we'll get another hint later. But let's depart by sleigh, and we're gonna pick a UK location, London, England, and it seems like it worked. So we have here, be sure to check out London's Reading Street, Common Garden, and so on. So this is just again the story part here. Let's go for the investigation steps. We're excited about checking out the, not even going to try to pronounce that one, but again, we can do a quick Google search on it. And let me just switch this to English. So this is the Christmas market in Germany. No, this is not Germany. This is in Czech Republic. I would say probably Prague. Let's see the other steps. Actually, I'll just put this one aside for the second round. So it's something about NATO. So this is probably again those coordinates. Maybe we can look this one up here. No. Using this one. Yeah, okay, so this is what we would use for locations, but I'm pretty confident that this is going to be the keep checking their Discord app. So this is another hint for us. I'm going to add that one too to our interlink and preferred social medium Discord. Let's filter the elves. So we already know the elf, but we need to catch up with the elf now. So let's depart and get to Prague, Czech Republic. And now I'm just going to focus on the investigation part because we need to catch up with the elf. So let's investigate. First step. Wanted to drink Glögg in Tivoli Gardens. That's Tivoli Gardens is in Copenhagen, if I'm not mistaken, but let's just verify that one for sure. Yep, Copenhagen, Denmark. So let's depart by sleigh and go to Copenhagen, Denmark. Do the investigation again. And you've caught up the elf in time. Do you know who you've caught? And this should be Joel Loggings. So let's guess the elf. Fingers crossed. You won! Yay! For first try. I'm pretty amazed of myself. So this took me, when I solved the challenge, at least 3 tries. I was really bad at it. And for some of the hints, you might have to do actual OSINT and look up the coordinate. But some of the destinations are European ones, and I've actually been there, so it was a bit easier for me to figure this one out. All right, let's talk to the elf. Maybe we'll get something interesting there. Never will cease to amaze, Kip. Thanks for your help. Okay, that's all, and the rest is just having the word of the world is Farmer Santaigo, and we also have now objective 2 completed, which is awesome. So you need to cope with the fact that a lot of folks are playing these games, and it's pretty difficult to keep everything up and running for, I don't really know the exact numbers, but I believe that there are at least hundreds of people playing it all the times. We are just 2 days before the submission deadline, so I'm pretty sure everyone is doing the game, making screenshots, recording videos, doing the write-up. So just keep in mind that some of the videos might have this issue. I might even have to retake some of the videos because I leave everything for last, but still I want to make this video series because it's a ton of fun. And we're done with the second objective. Next up, yes, it's going to be objective 3.